Now try to understand here the classification of data types again. Primitive data type, non-primitive data type. On non-primitive data type, we had discussed the arrays. Okay, the scope you have, that is pointer. User-defined data type. So user-defined data types, we have structure, enum, and we have structure and enum for user-defined data type. So in user-defined data type, here we are covering the structure. So you have a scope that you can have enum. You can conduct one program on enum, and same you can show that the content beyond syntax. So whenever we are talking about the functions, so try to understand here the need of function. What is need of function? What is function basically? As we know that it is self-containing block of statements which perform specific tasks. What is need of function? As you have the reusability, that is what this function is, why these functions are. The calling of function calling, function declaration, function prototype. So you have a discussion on the function prototype. What is function prototype? Why it is written? What if I'm not going to write the function prototype? If I have a function, there are two important terminologies we have: the function calling and function body. That is function definition. So if function calling is there, and if I'm going to call a function, that control is going to pass from calling function to call function. Control is going to pass from main program to the body of program. And if control is going to pass from main program to the body of program or to the definition of function, so here you can ask them that then how the program is expected when control is going to pass from function main program to the function body, and again it will come back into the main program. Then address storing mechanism you can introduce here. Right, to understand, you can have a what we can say, the think pair share, that innovative teaching pedagogy you can address here. So what is innovative teaching pedagogy here? You can have a think pair share. Think pair share means you can ask student to just discuss on this, how the address will be stored, how I am going to pass. So you can give a number of examples. For example, I'm going to I have a one work regarding passport, and I'm going to Mumbai office, passport Mumbai office, and they are saying me that this work is not possible here. You need to go to the Delhi. Some documents that I need to go to, with that documents I need to visit to the passport office which is located at Delhi. Okay, so whenever from the first program I'm going to switch to the second one, that is at Mumbai. From Mumbai again my control is going to pass to Delhi. Then when once the task is completed at Delhi, okay, the program control should be returned to the Mumbai, that is the first function, not to the main program. So how this mechanism will be done? So this mechanism or address storing mechanism is used for the same. So whenever we are talking about the function, general definition is expected here. Function calling is important here. Then the types of argument and return type. Function with no argument. Try to understand. Function with no argument. Function with no parameters. Function with arguments, no parameter. Function with arguments with return type. Function with no arguments, return type. Try to understand. This discussion you should have. Okay. Tell them that if I'm going to pass two, why it should be the integer. If I'm going to pass two values of integer, then for catching purpose I should have the integer variables. I can't declare the float values if the incoming values are integer. Okay, then students should know what is return type, because second year students, they have started object oriented programming, they have started data structures, but the the thing is that they are starting the program with integer main, and they are returning 0. If I ask them why you are returning 0, then they don't know why the return 0 is there. If I ask them, instead of integer main, can I start my program with void main, they are saying no sir, you can't go with void main because it is not given, or it is not acceptable. So this is very basic concept, and if they don't know this basic concept, okay, how they are going to get a good placement or good job? So this basic concept should be known to the students, that if I'm going to return integer value, then catching integer variable should be there. If I'm going to return the floating numbers, then the catching number should be the of type float. Okay, this is expected here. That is function with no parameters, function with parameters, no return type, function with parameter, return type, function with no parameters, having return type. This is expected whenever we are talking about the function. That we have the header, then how it is written, what is return type here. Okay, what if if I'm going to remove the zero, return zero. Now this is very important. What is function call? Okay, this is the best example, function calling. So from main program, one function will be called. This is from main program. I'm going to call one function. Name of the function is increment. That is, control is going to pass from main program to the function body. And whenever control is going to pass, okay, how compiler will come to know from where I need to resume. So the current address will be stored on stack, so that you can have a detailed discussion on stack. Current address will be stored on a stack, then control will be passed, again it will be executed, again it will come back to the main program. How the compiler will come to know that from where I need to resume the execution. So for the same the compiler is using stack, right? So if you want to introduce n number of topics here, n number of topics you can introduce here. You have a freedom that um, that you can have n number of topics here, or otherwise you think no, bus will be angry that I have introduced this topic, or professor will be angry that if I'm going to introduce stack here. This is not the case. Next we are having nesting of functions. So two terminologies we have here: nesting of function and recursion. So nesting of function is expected. Students should know what is nesting of function, and probably there will be a program on nesting of function. And recursion is there. You know that the logic of recursion C program is called itself. So by using recursions, we are having divide and conquer, we are having backtracking, and the problem solving task. So the recursion expected, try to understand divide and conquer, backtracking, dynamic programming will not be asked here. The most important thing is that the one simple program, factorial of number by using recursion, Fibonacci series by using recursion. But try to understand, whenever we are talking about the Fibonacci series, okay, faculty should know the applications of Fibonacci series, at where this Fibonacci series is implemented. Next, we are talking about the structure as time is running fast. Structures. Okay, so the first discussion, that it is user defined data type, or it is a collection of different data types. It is a collection of integer, float, character. Okay, ask student that, or tell them that why we need this structure. Okay, if I need to accept the employee information, so attributes, what are the attributes of employee? It is name, employee is having employee ID, employee is having employee name, employee is having uh, department, salary. So by using one data type, I can't do the program for employee. I can't accept and display the data for single employee. So what I need to do for the same, I need to declare, or I need to take the help of multiple data types, because if I need to accept the department ID, I should have integer. If I need to accept the array, I should have array of characters. If I need to accept the salary, I should have long integer. So requirement is, try to understand, for before starting any lecture, okay, you should have the requirements. Okay, you should have the requirements. Why this structure we are having in our syllabus? Because the generation is very fast. Or definitely they will ask you why we have structure, why we don't have enum. Then you should be ready with the explanation that why we should have this enum, or why we should have this structure. So we're having different declarations of structure. So I'm going to declare one structure book just by writing the structure variable immediately after declaration. Okay. So second, you can declare a structure without writing a name, but by using variable, I can access the individual structure members by using reference operator. So reference operator is introduced here, that is dot. And second, last we have the structure we have, and you can have a structure variable in the main program just by writing struct keyword and name of the structure. In this way you can declare a structure, and expected programs are, you can ask student to accept the book information, student information, employee information. single book we are talking about, single employee we are talking about, single student we are talking about. Okay, and the one more important point is that whenever we are talking about the structure, if I ask how much byte of memory is required for complete structure variable, so here I have one structure, name of the structure is my struct. It is having the combination of val with is of type integer, character of type vary, that array is there of type character, float we have. Then if I ask what how much byte of memory is allocated to variable, structure variable, then student should know. If integer takes 2 byte, characters take 1 byte, float takes 4 byte, then student should calculate, okay, how the memory is organized and how much byte of memory is required to store that particular structure variable into the memory. Okay, this is about the organization of structure. Next, we are going to access the individual structure variables. So by using reference operator, we have in our syllabus, that is dot operator. By using dot operator, you can access the individual structure member. Next, array of structure, which is again not there in our syllabus. If I need to access the book information of 5 books, what I need to do, I need to declare either I have two different options. First, I can go with the structure variable. I can declare 5 structure variables, B1, B2, B3, B4, and B5. Or second option we have, that is we can have an array of structure, and by using that array of structure variables, and by using the index value, I can access the book information for 5 books. Okay, again this is content beyond syllabus. So if you want to increase the difficulty level of structures, you can have the program on to ask student to accept the book information of 5 books, student information of 5 students, or what we can say, the employee information of particular department. Next, the simple program we have, that is we are going to accept the student information, book information with the structure, and we are asking user to enter the information and displaying the same information for single book. Don't worry, these ppts I'm going to share with you, so you can use these ppts. Okay, next, the initialization of structure. So yeah, we can initialize the structure at compile time, we can initialize the structure at runtime. So whenever I'm going to create a structure variables, okay, similarly at the same time I'm going to initialize it just by taking care of format specifiers. If it is of type integer, so here we can say the id is there, then the integer should be there. If it is characters we have, then if array of characters, double quote should be used, and for the percentage we are using this values 85.5. So this is about the initialization of structure. Now, as a PO5, so everyone knows that the PO5 is talking about the modern technologies. Okay, so modern technologies that I need to address here, or I need to map my CO5 to PO5. Is it possible to map CO5 with PO5? Yes. Okay, you can add the innovative teaching pedagogies, as I rightly shared, the crossover, uh, think, pair, share, flip classroom. Okay, you can have this innovative sorry i- modern tools you can implement here. I have one demo for everyone for modern tools. Okay, so by using mentimeter, the quiz I have configured, so at the end of session you can have these quizzes on, or you can have attentive sessions. So everybody's I'm just next is just going to switch here. So everybody is requested to just type mentimeter.com. Open your browsers and just type mentimeter.com. I hope audience is there.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, everybody is requested to just type mentimeter in the browser, or you can scan this QR. QR is there.
Okay, sir.
Yes. One participant is there. You can just scan this QR. So you will be five participants are there. So this is also this will help full for me to just find out how many participants are active participants. So I found here five participants are active participants. So as try to understand, you can configure this test. Okay, so I'm just going to start here. Yes, next you can ask your student to write down about the arrays. After end of session you can have a discussion and you can ask them about arrays. So their ideas about arrays. So everybody is going to type, everybody is going to submit the response. Okay, so on projector or on interactive panel you can show them that how many students are there. Okay, and what is the opinion of students. So I'm expecting the answers from participants. Yeah, collection of similar data type elements. So similarly you can have a discussion with your students that what is array. Then whatever they're in their mind they will just print here list of elements. So I'm just going to move for fast because time is running. Again, syntax of array, you can have the syntax of array. Again, types of array, you can ask them to just enter the types of array. Next, quiz I have. If you have if you want to conduct the quiz, similarly you can conduct the quiz here. You can ask them to join everyone. Then your